This is the Tag Heuer Super 2000 chronograph, and it is a gorgeous chronograph from the 90s. This was the era of Tag Heuer that I find more interesting than the modern ones. But that's just me. I got it for well over $100, and before you question how the hell I got it at that price, click the subscribe button below so you don't miss watch reviews like this one. Thank you. Now, as you can see, this is an imperfect watch when I got it. It still is right now. As you can see, the chronograph pusher there is different. It wasn't running and obviously didn't come with a strap at all. It has a few deep dents and scratches on the case. Right there underneath the strap, it's hidden. And around here. The good thing is that it has a 20mm lug width, which is much easier to find as opposed to the 19mm ones. The only decent strap I could find for this is the Artem, and I just borrowed this from the SPB317 for this video. It honestly looks good and kinda matches it well. When I got it, the chronograph pusher was missing and I had to find a replacement one that could fit. Unfortunately, I can't find an original chrono pusher for this one online. It's supposed to look like this, and this one's just a replacement. If you happen to have one of these in our scraps, hit me up on IG. I'd love to buy it in order to complete this watch. Despite its flaws when I bought it, it is now up and running. As I will demonstrate, the chrono stops, starts, and reset. All perfect, all center, and that's the sub-second handler for the watch. And this one is for the timer. And I'll start it again. Okay, so basically it is still a Tag Heuer, obviously, and this watch just looks striking. When I first saw it, it looked like a Breitling crosswind, especially on the bezel side and design with the gold Tag Heuer logo. The bezel there design is the shape of the Tag Heuer logo, as you can see. This one is in good shape despite the few scratches. I really like the matte or satin finish to it. I honestly believe if this was a polished watch case, it would look ugly. But satin finished watches just look cleaner as the years go on, as they don't get much obvious scratches as compared to the polished ones. It's the same with my military field watch, the GGW 113 Marathon. It's also satin finished. The bezel markers on this one are actually 18 karat gold. These 6 ones right here. I'm not sure if the pushers and the crown are also gold, but the rest of the watch is in stainless steel. And considering this watch was produced from 1989 to 1994, it has a sapphire crystal. The magnified cyclops that is underneath the glass is so sick, as you can see there. I've never seen anything like it. I think it is a brilliant way to avoid scratching up the cyclops. This watch was an upmarket Tag Heuer 2000, which was deemed by Tag Heuer superior over the other 2000s. Rightfully so, because of how this watch is exquisitely done. The dial markers already have the beautiful patina, and it doesn't glow anymore, but that's fine with me. The case size is at around 40mm or less, since it protrudes on this side of the crown. The thickness is at 12.8, and I think for a chronograph is decently sized. I like that it has a bezel. It makes the dial look much smaller. Is it the most legible chronograph? It is not, as sometimes when I look at it, I have to give it a second or two before I realize what the time is. It is quite dark, and I'm still not used to looking at the dial like this one. This is a chronograph diver, and the bezel has a 60-click bezel, which is not the smoothest feeling, but it gets the job done. And the grip is nice, especially in the emblems here. The movement on this watch is the Lemania LWO283, which has the base movement of ETA 2892. The watch beats at a smooth 28,800 vibrations per hour. And honestly, I think it is an excellent movement used by Tag Heuer. It's quite accurate, and now it's running around 4 seconds slow, so I think it just needs a little adjustment. But so far so good. I mean, this watch is something that I don't really look for. Sometimes the opportunity just comes by, and some unloved watches are just given a new life to the right person. I think despite the imperfections of this watch, of not having an original strap or bracelet and missing a chronograph pusher, for me it is still a beautiful watch. I know sometimes we just want the best of the best in an instant and want the exact watch that we want. The new old stock with the tags, especially on discontinued ones, or it has to be a specific birth year. I'm not hating if you collect watches that way, but you're just missing out on a lot, because some of these watches out there are messed up, sold cheaper, but can still be repaired, can still be restored. It just needs a little extra money, of course, to get it fixed. It is something special because you kind of gave it a new life. Overall, I think this is one of the few chronographs in the collection that I like to wear. And let's try it on right now. On my 6.5 inch wrist. Knowing that I don't have a watch that looks like this one, I think this is a keeper for me. I believe this cost around 1,000 US dollars online. That is a high price, but not a bad watch at all. I really like the non-colored Tag Heuer logo with an arrow on the G right there. The modern ones from 2050 onwards don't have it anymore. It's just an awesome timepiece that I'm glad to share with you. That's all for today. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below. Until next time, I'll see you soon. Stay safe.